Today, we're going to explore one of the most essential pillars of Stoicism, focusing on virtue. In the midst of everyday challenges, especially when facing disrespect, focusing on virtues like wisdom and courage allows us to respond in ways that reflect our principles while maintaining our dignity and integrity. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone speaks harsh words to you or acts unfairly? The Stoics teach us that, instead of reacting impulsively, we should focus on our virtues. Seneca said, "Virtue is the only true good, and nothing can harm the man who possesses it." In this video, we'll discover in 5 key lessons how wisdom helps us understand that another person's disrespect does not diminish our value. Let's explore how courage means standing firm on our principles, even when challenged. And, as Marcus Aurelius said, the best way to get revenge on someone is not to resemble them. Honestly, I thought the 5th lesson was very good, so stay until the end. If you're interested in ancient wisdom and how to apply it to modern life, don't miss this video. And if you like the content, subscribe to the channel, leave a like and share with friends and family. Lesson 1. Keep calm. Disrespect is not inherently harmful. It is our interpretation that causes suffering. Stay calm by remembering that other people's behavior reflects their thoughts and feelings, not your worth. Today, we will embark on a journey of wisdom and self-knowledge, guided by the ancient philosophy of Stoicism. In this modern world, where we face daily challenges and are often targets of disrespect, finding a way to maintain calm and dignity is essential. Let's explore how disrespect is not inherently harmful and how it is our interpretation that causes suffering. Together, we'll figure out how to stay calm, remembering that other people's behavior reflects their thoughts and feelings, not your worth. Imagine yourself in an ordinary day, going to work, dealing with responsibilities and social interactions. Suddenly, someone says rude words to you or acts disrespectfully. It's natural to feel a wave of indignation or sadness. However, the ancient Stoics, such as Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, teach us that true disturbance comes not from what happens, but from how we interpret those events. Epictetus wisely said, "People are disturbed, not by things, but by the view they have of them." This is a fundamental truth of Stoicism. When someone disrespects us, the act itself does not have the power to harm us. What really affects us is the way we perceive and react to this act. If we see disrespect as a personal offense, something that diminishes our value, we will suffer. But if we understand that this behavior is a reflection of the other's own limitations and emotions, we can maintain our serenity. Remembering that other people's disrespect is a reflection of the thoughts and feelings of those who practice it, and not a measure of our value, is liberating. This allows us to adopt a posture of calm and rational indifference, essential to living a virtuous and balanced life. Each individual carries their own internal battles, fears, and insecurities, which often manifest as disrespect or hostility. Recognizing this helps us not to internalize other people's negativity. Staying calm in the face of disrespect takes practice and constant reflection. It is necessary to constantly remember that we are responsible only for our own actions and reactions. Controlling our responses, maintaining inner peace, and acting in accordance with our values are aspects that are within our control. The behavior of others, however upsetting it may be, is not in our hands. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of emotional self-reliance. When we know who we are and what we are worth, disrespect loses its power over us. We build an internal fortress where dignity and self-knowledge protect us from the onslaught of external negativity. This fortress is built with bricks of wisdom, understanding, and self-control. Practicing Stoic calm is not about being passive or accepting disrespect without question. It is, rather, responding in a controlled and considered manner. It's having the courage to set limits firmly, but without resentment or hostility. It is acting in accordance with our principles, regardless of external circumstances. By incorporating this philosophy into our lives, we find an inner strength that allows us to navigate adversity with grace and dignity. Each act of disrespect becomes an opportunity to practice calm, to reaffirm our intrinsic worth, and to grow as individuals. So the next time you face disrespect, remember the words of the Stoics. Reflect on the true nature of the offense and remain calm. After all, The behavior of others only reflects their thoughts and feelings, not your value. Adopt this perspective and see how your life transforms, becoming more peaceful, balanced, and full of wisdom. Stay strong and calm, my friends. Lesson 2. Reflect on yourself. Engage in self-reflection to understand your role in the situation and improve your responses. Consider whether there is any truth to the disrespect and how you can respond in a way that is consistent with your values. On this topic, I invite you to embark on a profound journey of self-knowledge and wisdom, guided by the philosophy of Stoicism. In a world filled with challenges and complex interactions, learning to self-reflect is a vital skill for dealing with disrespect and maintaining integrity. Let's explore how self-reflection can help us understand our role in situations and improve our responses by examining whether there is any truth to disrespect and how we can respond in a way that is consistent with our values. Imagine yourself in a moment of conflict where you feel disrespected by someone. The immediate reaction may be anger or defense. However, the Stoics teach us to take a step back and reflect deeply on the situation. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." When reflecting on ourselves, we look for this quality in our responses. Self-reflection is a powerful and transformative process. When we are the target of disrespect, we must first ask ourselves, is there any truth to what was said or done? This requires humility and courage, as we must be willing to face uncomfortable truths about ourselves. If there is a grain of truth in the criticism, use it as an opportunity to grow and improve. Disrespect can sometimes be a mirror that reflects aspects of our own conduct that need to be adjusted. Additionally, self-reflection helps us understand how our actions may have contributed to the situation. Ask yourself, did I do or say something that could have provoked this response? Through this analysis, we can identify areas where our own actions need to be aligned with our values and principles. Stoics believe that the quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our lives. Therefore, by honestly reflecting on our actions, we take an important step towards living up to our ideals. Staying consistent with our values is crucial. When we face disrespect, we must respond in a way that reflects who we truly are and what we stand for. This does not mean passively accepting disrespect, but rather responding with dignity and wisdom. If we stay true to our principles, we can turn negative situations into opportunities to demonstrate our true strength and character. Self-reflection also protects us from impulsive and emotional reaction. By reflecting before responding, we avoid escalating conflict and maintain our inner peace. Imagine the calm of a serene lake where no thrown stone can disturb its surface. This is how our minds should be when faced with disrespect, calm and undisturbed. I invite you, dear viewers, to practice self-reflection daily. Take a quiet moment to examine your actions, thoughts, and responses. Ask yourself if your actions align with your values and if there is anything you can improve. This habit will not only strengthen your resilience, but it will also promote continuous and significant growth. Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in self-knowledge and self-mastery. By reflecting on ourselves, we cultivate a clear mind and a strong spirit, capable of facing any adversity with wisdom and grace. So the next time you feel disrespected, remember to look within yourself, seek the truth, and respond in accordance with your highest values. Lesson 3. Learn to pause. Avoid impulsive reactions by pausing to collect your thoughts. This helps you maintain self-control and respond thoughtfully, leading to more constructive interactions. Today, we're going to explore one of the most powerful principles of Stoicism, a practice that can completely transform the way we deal with daily challenges and, in particular, disrespect, learning to pause. In a fast-paced world, where we are constantly bombarded by stimuli and impulsive reactions, finding calm in the midst of chaos is an invaluable skill. The pause, simple but profound, helps us maintain self-control and respond thoughtfully, creating more constructive and harmonious interactions. Imagine a moment when someone says harsh or unfair words to you. The instinctive reaction may be to retaliate immediately, driven by anger or frustration. However, the Stoics teach us that between the stimulus and the response there is a space, and in that space lies our power to choose the response. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, Whenever you are angry, know that it is not just a present evil, but that you have increased a habit. By learning to pause, we break the cycle of automatic reactions and gain the freedom to choose our responses in a more rational and compassionate way. The practice of pausing begins with awareness. When we face a stressful or disrespectful situation, we must train our mind to recognize the immediate impulse to react. This recognition is the first step towards transformation. By identifying this moment, we breathe deeply and create a mental space that allows us to collect our thoughts. This small break, although brief, is enough to regain our emotional balance and analyze the situation clearly. During this pause, we can reflect on several important questions. What is the best way to respond that is in line with my values? Will my response contribute to resolving the conflict, or will it just increase tension? Am I acting according to my true nature and principles? These questions help us align our actions with our ideals and choose answers that promote peace and understanding. Pausing also allows us to practice empathy. By taking a step back, we can consider the other person's perspective. Perhaps the disrespect we are experiencing is a reflection of her own struggles and insecurities. Understanding this can soften our reaction and allow us to respond with compassion rather than aggression. Let us remember that each human being carries their own pains and challenges, and our response can be a beacon of calm and understanding in the midst of the storm. The beauty of the break is in its simplicity. It does not require any special tools or specific environment. It can be practiced anywhere and at any time. Whether at work, at home, or even in a casual interaction, the ability to pause and reflect before reacting is a skill that gives us control over our emotions and actions. Furthermore, by practicing pausing, we are cultivating a mental state of presence and mindfulness. We are training our mind to be in the present moment, aware of our thoughts and feelings. This constant practice strengthens our emotional resilience and better prepares us to face future adversities with serenity and clarity. Dear viewers, I invite you to incorporate the practice of pausing into your lives. The next time you find yourself faced with disrespect or a challenging situation, remember to breathe, pause, and reflect. Use this moment to choose a response that reflects your values and promotes harmony. Through continued practice, you will discover that pausing not only improves your interactions, but also elevates your own inner peace and personal growth. May the practice of pausing guide each of you towards a more balanced and virtuous life. And may calm and reflection be your constant companions. Lesson 4. Have empathy. Practice empathy to understand the perspective of the person who disrespected you. This helps reduce negative feelings and allows you to respond with kindness, preventing conflict from escalating. In this theme, I invite you to delve into the heart of Stoicism, exploring an essential virtue that can transform our interactions and enrich our lives. Empathy. In a world often marked by disagreements and conflicts, practicing empathy is a powerful tool for understanding the perspective of those who disrespect us. This not only helps reduce negative feelings, but also allows us to respond with kindness, preventing conflict from escalating and promoting harmony. Imagine yourself in a situation where you were disrespected. Maybe someone spoke rudely or acted unfairly. The natural reaction may be to defend yourself or fight back. However, the Stoics, with their profound wisdom, teach us that true strength lies in our ability to understand others, even in the midst of disrespect. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, reminds us, seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourself. Empathy is an expression of this principle. When we practice empathy, we are seeking to understand another's motivations and emotions, recognizing that their behavior often reflects their own internal struggles. This allows us to see beyond hurtful words or actions and understand the humanity within each person. The practice of empathy begins with active listening and opening your heart. Instead of immediately reacting to disrespect, take a moment to consider what may be motivating the other person's behavior. Ask yourself, what could this person be going through to act this way? Could they be dealing with some pain or insecurity that I'm not aware of? This reflection can completely change our perception and response. When we can see disrespect as an expression of another's personal difficulties, our negative feelings begin to dissipate. Anger, frustration, and resentment give way to compassion and understanding. This does not mean we are justifying disrespectful behavior, but rather that we are choosing to respond in a way that reflects our own values and principles. Responding with empathy requires courage and inner strength. Instead of fueling the cycle of conflict, we choose to interrupt it with kindness. We can express our feelings calmly and assertively, making it clear that we do not tolerate disrespect, but doing so in a way that promotes resolution and understanding. An example could be, "I realize you are frustrated and I respect your feelings, but I don't think this way of talking to me is appropriate. Let's try to resolve this in a more constructive way." This approach not only helps defuse the situation, but also creates a space for more open and sincere dialogue. When we respond with empathy, we show others that we are willing to understand and collaborate, which often inspires a change in attitude. Empathy, therefore, is not a sign of weakness, but of true strength and wisdom. It's a skill that strengthens our relationships and helps us grow as individuals. By practicing empathy, we are building bridges instead of walls, promoting peace instead of conflict. Dear viewers, I challenge you to practice empathy in your daily lives. The next time you face disrespect, try to understand the other person's perspective before reacting. Use this understanding to respond kindly and assertively, avoiding escalating the conflict. Through this practice, you will discover a new level of inner peace and harmony in your interactions. May empathy guide each of you towards a more balanced and virtuous life, and may compassion and understanding be your constant companions. Lesson 5. Focus on virtue. Focus on virtues like wisdom and courage. Respond to disrespect in a way that reflects your principles while maintaining dignity and integrity. Here you will explore one of the most essential and transformative pillars of Stoicism: concentration on virtue. In the midst of everyday challenges, especially when we face disrespect, focusing on virtues such as wisdom and courage allows us to respond in ways that reflect our principles, while always maintaining our dignity and integrity. Imagine yourself in a situation where someone speaks harsh words to you or acts unfairly. The instinctive reaction can be defense or retaliation. However, the Stoics teach us that, instead of reacting impulsively, we should focus on our virtues. As Seneca said, "Virtue is the only true good, and nothing can harm the man who possesses it." Wisdom, one of the central virtues of Stoicism, guides us to understand that another person's disrespect does not diminish our value. It is essential to remember that the way we choose to react is a reflection of our true essence. By responding wisely, we make considered and balanced decisions, analyzing the situation with clarity and serenity. Instead of giving in to anger or frustration, we can ask ourselves, what is the wisest and most dignified response I can give in this situation? Courage is another fundamental virtue. Facing disrespect with courage means standing firm on our principles, even when we are challenged or provoked. Courage is not just about physical bravery, but also about the moral strength of staying true to our values. Responding to disrespect with courage is choosing integrity above all else, showing the world that our principles are non-negotiable. Maintaining dignity in situations of disrespect is a true act of virtue. When someone disrespects us, it's easy to be tempted to retaliate in an equally disrespectful way. However, true dignity lies in rising above pettiness and responding with composure. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, said, "The best way to get revenge on someone is not to resemble them." By focusing on virtue, we ensure that our actions always reflect the best of ourselves. Integrity is the basis of all virtues. It means being honest and principled, even when no one is looking. In the face of disrespect, maintaining our integrity means acting in accordance with our deepest values, not allowing the behavior of others to divert us from our path. Integrity protects us from becoming reactive and helps us maintain inner peace regardless of external circumstances. Dear viewers, by focusing on the virtues of wisdom, courage, dignity, and integrity, we transform our interactions and elevate our character. The constant practice of these virtues strengthens us and prepares us to deal with any adversity in a balanced and fair way. When we face disrespect, our virtuous response not only keeps us steadfast in our principles, but also sets an example for others. I challenge you to apply these virtues in your daily lives. The next time you face disrespect, remember to focus on wisdom, courage, dignity, and integrity. Respond in a way that reflects who you really are, always maintaining moral elevation and self-respect. Thank you for accompanying us on this journey of Stoic wisdom. May virtue guide each of you towards a more balanced and virtuous life. Until next time, and may wisdom and courage be your constant companions. Did you like the video? Subscribe and leave a like, share with friends and family. Thanks.